It's easy to assume that the world of financial professionals is low risk. Desks, spreadsheets, forecasts, and client meetings. But safety risks don't always come in the form of falling objects or heavy machinery. Sometimes the hazards are slower, quieter, and far more personal. And sometimes they remain invisible until it's too late. In this episode, we're exploring the safety challenges faced by financial managers, analysts, accountants, marketing professionals, and management consultants, those who navigate high-stakes decisions, pressure-filled deadlines, and environments where performance is prized above well-being. We'll uncover the hidden dangers, the psychological toll, and the moments where observation could have changed everything. Let's begin with a well-documented case from Tokyo, Japan. In 2013, Miwa Sato, a 31-year-old journalist and political reporter at Japan's public broadcasting service NHK, died of heart failure after logging 159 hours of overtime in a single month. Although her job wasn't strictly financial, the incident became a symbol of karoshi, death from overwork, a phenomenon that continues to plague white-collar professions in high-pressure cultures. This tragedy sparked renewed debate across Asia about the long-term health impact of excessive work hours, ultimately influencing revisions to labor standards in both media and finance sectors. In the financial sector, similar trends emerged globally. According to a 2023 survey by the Chartered Financial Analyst (CFA) Institute, 61% of financial professionals reported chronic fatigue symptoms, and nearly 40% had taken medication or supplements to stay alert during peak reporting periods. These patterns mirror the documented overwork culture seen across audit season and merger deadlines in firms worldwide. In New York, the 2013 death of a 21-year-old intern at Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, drew international attention. Moritz Erhardt, a German exchange student and intern, died after reportedly working 3 consecutive all-nighters at the London office. His death was later attributed to an epileptic seizure likely triggered by extreme fatigue. This sparked policy changes in several large investment banks, including strict limits on intern work hours and mandatory rest periods for junior staff. Ergonomic injuries also represent a silent threat. In a 2022 study published by the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, ACCA, over 48% of finance professionals in North America reported lower back pain or repetitive strain injuries, most directly linked to prolonged desk time and poorly designed workstations. One specific case occurred in Sydney, Australia in 2019, where a tax accountant filed a successful workers' compensation claim after developing chronic neck and shoulder pain from a poorly set-up home office during COVID-era remote work. Her case led to new insurance policies recognizing the ergonomic risks of remote finance work and prompted major firms to roll out ergonomic assessments for all teleworking staff. Mental health remains a serious concern in the field. In South Korea, public attention was drawn in 2020 to the suicide of a junior employee at the accounting firm Samil PwC. The employee had reportedly faced extreme pressure during audit season, and his passing raised alarm over toxic workplace expectations. The incident resulted in greater scrutiny of overtime policies and the promotion of anonymous mental health reporting systems. Burnout has reached such levels that Deloitte's 2022 Global Financial Services Survey found that 77% of finance professionals reported burnout symptoms, with 31% citing lack of support from leadership as a root cause. Another verified example comes from London, UK, where a financial auditor working at a Big Four firm was hospitalized in 2021 with stress-induced cardiac arrhythmia. The incident occurred during a high-stakes client audit and was later cited in internal documentation that led the firm to implement mandatory team workload reviews. The travel-related risks tied to consultant and analyst work are also well documented. In 2017, Deloitte released internal findings after a senior consultant collapsed from dehydration and fatigue after a multi-leg international travel assignment. Though the incident was non-fatal, it prompted the implementation of wellness-on-the-road programs that included hydration reminders, rest scheduling, and travel fatigue flagging built into employee wellness apps. Slips, trips, and emergency situations can happen anywhere, even in corporate settings. In a 2022 case reported by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, a Chicago-based finance employee slipped during a fire drill evacuation due to a freshly mopped stairwell with no warning signage. The event led to disciplinary action for the building's facilities management team and the introduction of formal communication protocols between janitorial and emergency personnel. The importance of observation, especially peer observation, has been documented as a crucial component of early intervention. In a verified internal review from an accounting firm in Toronto, HR initiated a wellness intervention after a receptionist discreetly flagged behavioral changes in a partner. The observation helped identify unresolved grief and burnout. The individual was given leave, counseling, and reintegrated with modified responsibilities. This example has since been used in training modules on psychological safety and employee support awareness. In a 2020 study by the Mental Health Commission of Canada, 70% of finance sector employees reported that they would not feel comfortable disclosing mental health issues to their employer, a troubling figure that underscores how safety in these environments depends not just on policy but on culture. Positive changes are emerging. Firms like KPMG, PwC, and EY have introduced digital fatigue tracking tools, remote ergonomic assessments, and optional disconnect days to encourage recovery. Several associations now include mandatory wellness modules in their continuing education requirements. Even financial regulators are starting to notice. In 2023, the UK's Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, emphasized employee mental health in its risk supervision frameworks, acknowledging that workplace safety includes psychological well-being, not just compliance and governance. At Safety Smart HQ, we believe that safety includes your mind, your body, and your environment. To every accountant, analyst, consultant, and manager, your health is not a luxury. It's the foundation for the work you do. Every observation matters. Every conversation counts. If you've seen or experienced a safety issue in finance, mental, physical, or emotional, we want to hear from you. Drop your stories in the comments. Let's learn from each other. Subscribe to Safety Smart HQ. Share this episode with your team. And remember, whether it's burnout, back pain, or a bad chair, your safety matters. Because no job, no spreadsheet, no deadline, no deal is worth your health.